tracking the tropics.
It's busy.
Well, good timing on this. We've got a pretty good weekend. If you're going to head to the beach, we've had pretty good weather there. We're going to start getting some wave action from a soon-to-be Hurricane Franklin. That's going to be several hundred miles east of Florida and moving north. There's a live view from Daytona right now. We are still at 88 degrees, but overall it's been a very nice pattern, and our dry pattern continues. A little complex of storms to the north we're going to keep an eye on. It should begin to weaken as it moves past into North Florida. And generally for tomorrow, we have the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Great weather in the afternoon, great weather for race time. One of the few times I've been able to say that. Normally it's hot, humid, and storms this time of the year. Early tomorrow, this is a piece of that little energy up here to the north. Most of this will weaken and slide toward the south and west, but we could still see some scattered storms up in Marion County starting out the morning tomorrow. This is going to be 8:30 tomorrow, mainly on the west side, but as you can see, we're pretty quiet. I think Sunday, a little bit better chance for a scattered thunderstorm. We can see that in Winter Park, but not too high of an odds. Then we start cranking up the rain chances. That's going to be coming from the tropics. And here's the overview. We still have Franklin tropical storm that's going to lift north, get into a better environment to strengthen. And then we get this new area. This is something that the forecast models have just now begun running on, some of our spaghetti plots, if you will. And each one of these models is slightly different. It kind of handles the storm, whether it's really short or whether it's really tall, various changes here. But generally, they all bring this storm energy up and toward the west coast of Florida. And so I think if it's fair game, anywhere from just south of Fort Myers right through the Big Bend and including over here toward Mobile for a potential storm to impact. The American GFS has kind of done an about face, and instead of a weak blob over here, now it's a probably Category 2 hurricane somewhere over here in the Panhandle. The European is still pretty consistent, along with the Canadian and the German icon model somewhere right over in here as a strong tropical storm, possibly a hurricane. We cannot discount the fact that this is extremely warm waters. We've talked on and on and on about. A lot of it's going to come down to what kind of shape this storm is in when it finally gets off the Yucatan over the weekend and starts over the open water. So a lot of this is still yet to be determined. But generally next Tuesday, Wednesday, outer rain squalls, heavier rainfall threat, especially along the Gulf Coast, Tuesday into Wednesday night and into Wednesday morning, rather. Tornado threat. We always watch when we're on the east side or northeast side of a tropical cyclone, which again, this is the Euro, just kind of swirls it near Cancun, Cozumel through Sunday. And then by Monday, Tuesday, starts breaking loose and gets over this warm water and starts trucking. Now this, again, the Euro brings it over near Cedar Key, and this is going to put us on the wet and what we say the dirty side of this particular storm system. So just make sure you're paying attention this weekend. Great time to be downloading our free WFTV weather app. We're going to be updating the global models, monitoring the satellite, and the hurricane hunters are probably going to start doing missions this weekend. So we're going to have a lot of data, and Cassandra Crimmy is on duty dark and early at 5 tomorrow morning with the latest, maybe even a bit earlier with the potential rocket launch. 7-day forecast. We've got 90s until the tropics are getting closer with better chances for rain, and we'll keep an eye on that. An update for you at 6.